What is the big troll that you're looking for? Well, we're starting, so
Well, it's
wow.
not half magic.
Let me tell you something about half magic. It's the best.
That I can agree with. Now, of course, half magic is not one of those required items by any means, but it's so fun to have.
Yeah. My brain says it's a required item for Mothula. No, I'm kidding.
Mine says it's a required item once you're trying to go for Trinex with only a Master Sword.
Yeah. Caladryus? Yeah, I think he got high enough. Yeah, so as we can see, Caladryus used the trick where you just scroll the screen to the top to start this Houlihan thing, so he didn't have to go in the cave to reset like LiteYear did. It's a slight optimization there. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see both of them doing the same strat here. It's not every runner that actually does this strat.
That's true. We have a mushroom in Link's house today. That is a fetch quest. But the other thing is, if you find the mushroom this early, you might be hoping to find the cane so that you can also do the fake powder glitch and not have to worry about finding the powder.
Oh yeah, this is a fun one to see. I still don't exactly know how to do fake powder.
All right, so it's actually pretty simple. So here's what you do: you make sure that you have 0 magic. Okay, so you have to use enough of that to have 0 magic, and I think with half magic starting from full, if you just use a bunch of cane blocks, you can get there. But with not half magic, you can't. It gets you an odd number. So anyway, that's beside the point. Then all you do is you get to 0 magic, you use the cane, and while the is playing, you hit pause and go to the mushroom.
Ah, so it's like an overlapping of what's usually there as a text box, I think?
Something like that, yeah.
It's an interesting glitch. If I'm not mistaken, it only exists in this rando.
I think it's doable in normal game. It's just there's a text box in between here and there.
Ah, I see. Well, nevertheless, it's still an interesting trick, and we might get to see it. So far, the seed has not been very interesting. I mean, we have a map of Dark Palace here, but without access to Dark World, it's kind of useless for now. And the bomb farming strat that both these guys did early on did not pay off much. Not much luck so far.
Yeah, so they got 1. And so Caladryus went to check the race game on a... Or was it... Yeah, Caladryus went to check the race game, and LiteYear went to do the race game, and LiteYear just checked it. It was just a piece of heart. Oh, and that is a solid chicken clip. With the big key of Turtle Rock, and there's the flute automatically. Wow.
That's probably the best location for it.
Yep. So if you don't mind, once Caladryus gets that, I have something to do.
Oh man, go right ahead.
Hey, would you like to do just a fetch quest or 2? You might have to go through every last one, 'cause it's Keysanity. You all know what that means. Till you find the right keys, you're still not done.
I would slow clap, but I have to hold the button to talk, so good job.
All right. So now we're moving on to Kakariko Well. We've got a piece of heart. And another piece of heart. And another piece of heart. And another... Just...
What a hardy cave.
Wow.
Now then, I know we usually say that for when stuff is vanilla, but is this even randomized?
I mean, yeah. Oh, there's the cane. the cane of Samaria is right there. So now we find the hammer and we just go do the fake powder glitch, right? Or how about we find the flippers instead? That'll work.
Yeah, sure, close enough. Now, judging by the rupees they have, it's probably a good thing they did the Hoolihan room early on. Got enough money to buy both their bombs and the flute here. And since they have flippers, it's a bit harder to get the good source of rupees when you have flippers and no glove.
Yeah, there is that. Though I imagine the glove will be forthcoming. Though there have been seeds where, like, the first glove has been in, you know, swamp or something.
Let's just hope it's not a lumberjack or something like that.
Yep. That's what I had yesterday. So we got Mire maps and swamp maps. So maps for days here. Now Caladryus not electing to check the lumberjack. LiteYear is electing to check the lumberjack and is finding that source of rupees with the crab. The crab is dropping big 20s today.
At least somebody is paying off.
Caladryus is immediately going to turn in the mushroom, so we will not be seeing the fake powder glitch from Caladryus. And there's a mail upgrade on the lumberjack cave. So the mail upgrade, you know, you don't need it, but oh my goodness.
That's a moon pearl. So I guess that this mushroom was had something inside all along.
Yeah, so the fetch quest pays off for real today. And there's the mirror. Okay, that's an ironic spot for the mirror.
Can't skip those blocks.
LiteYear electing to do this in the opposite order. And, you know, I think it's actually just the same. Oh, we've got a bottle in the sunken treasure location, which means, you know, someone might elect to just flute to 3 here in a second, just to get the sick kid item. Heading into the mini Moldorm cave. Ooh, cane strats. I like it.
They're the best.
Cane strats are the best for, like, everything. Except Mothula.
Oh wow, nice combo
Mothula.
using bombs and the cane. That's like the ultimate strat.
I like it. So we got Ice Palace, Big Key, and Pod Big Key. And a big heart, and a map of Hyrule Castle, which is entirely useless.
I mean, as far as that goes, a few good big keys. Not sure yet if there's going to be that useful, but big keys tend to be useful rather than not. Better than pieces of heart, at least. Now it seems like Caladryus is going straight for Ice Rod Cave, which is not a bad idea. It's a long way around, but since they do have the flute already, save them a trip over here. Dancing around the crabs, very important. They do 2 hearts of damage on green mail. Don't want to get hit by those. And it doesn't pay off with only 50 rupees. Yeah, from this location, probably just gonna go around, check what's on the isle, what's at Hobo, check the waterfall cave, and finally end up at Zora. See what's on the ledge there. Right now, neither of them have enough rupees, but LiteYear is a lot closer. You might be able to pick up what he needs.
Yeah, if he can get, a couple big 20s, maybe a 50. Though if they find a 300 somewhere along the way, they're both gonna be golden. So Caladryus, I did not get to see what was on the island from Caladryus because I don't think it. Well, I didn't. I at least didn't get to see it. He may have seen it.
Only arrows.
Arrows, okay. Hey, there we go. We got a glove.
I guess it does take a good strength of character to live under a bridge.
Yeah, maybe.
Unfortunately, that glove will not really help him around to go where he's going right now, but it does open up a few places, such as the back end of Hyrule Castle sewers. So that's 3 more chests over there.
Yep, very true. So one of my favorite things to see is 300 rupees on the Zora ledge, so you have to go down there and get it and then go back up.
Yeah, that's the best.
Oh, we've got a big key. LiteYear is electing to fill the bottle he just picked up at the ferry. Who knows what's in it? It's red potion. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it's a very good thing to have early on here. It saves a bit of rupees, like the text box said, and also get a red potion to just in case, because they don't have a lot of hearts right now.
And we'll see what this big key is. This is the big key of Thieves Town. That's important.
Oh yeah, it opens up Thieves Town, all of it, except the door to the big key chest.
Right. And of course, they would need the hammer to get there in the first place.
That too.
But that being said, the logic only unlocks 1 additional item at the moment without the small key. It's weird.
Speaking of small keys for Thieves Town.
Well, there we go. So now the game is basically screaming that there's something in the back of Thieves Town. And LiteYear is going for the Agana Cave check, which is something I can get behind because it's kind of out of the way and actually fairly likely to hold something because it's immediately available.
Yeah, I can't see that happening. Agana tends to hold on to small things that you don't want to check but don't have a choice.
Well, never mind.
Well, hey, it's another item from Thieves Town. Seems like the seed really wants us to go there.
Yeah, if only we could actually get there at the moment. We're close. I think at this point, the seed probably wants them to head to Death Mountain pretty soon.
Yeah, at this point, there's not a lot more locations they can check on the overworld over here. They'll have to either go up Death Mountain, as you said, or check Eastern.
Yeah, the Eastern play is probably still stronger at the moment on account of just more stuff being available.
It looks like Caladryus is opting for option number 3 and going for whatever is downstairs in Hyrule Castle.
Right. Because, you know, they hadn't checked the Uncle's Tunnel yet, and that's also a strong play. Looks like LiteYear may be going... Oh, no, he's going to Eastern. Alright, so that chest that Caladryus picked up is the only one that's in the logic down here.
Really? So the Cane of Samario is not a weapon, according to the logic?
Well, the weapon is fine. You need the small key, though.
Ah, yes, okay.
Because you could steal that first key from the guard and go to the back and mess up your keys.
It's like whoever designed Keysanity actually thought of it. And oh, what are those?
I don't even know, apparently. Wow. So the boots there, that's very interesting, because we got some out-of-logic boots, right? So it could be that you're expected to find the Hyrule Castle small key at some point, and those boots are really in the logic, and it could be that they're a complete red herring. And a sword. Okay, now it's seeming extremely likely that we will find the Hyrule Castle small key at some point. Potentially in its vanilla location. Which is where Caladryus is heading right now.
He's going through the dark rooms without the lamp, so we won't get to see much other than the small sparkles at the end of his sword.
Yep, there is that. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think LiteYear may have spawned that extra skeleton based on where he went down. Yeah, so the concept of winning in Keysanity Rando, it's a nebulous one at best. Indeed.
There's so many things you need to actually complete the seeds. So many keys and items that it's gonna take a while until we know for sure who has a definite advantage.
That was just a big 20, I believe. In the dark. Based on the sound that was made.
Yeah, I'll go with that. Big 20.
It was either 20 or 50. I can't remember if Caladryus had 275 or 225 or 245 rubies before he opened that chest. Alright. And we also saw some dark room action over on LiteYear's side, where he picked up the map of Skull Woods in the eastern area. So now the thing is, LiteYear actually went to Eastern first. He was able to do this because he fluted to 5 and he had the gloves, so he can just go up that staircase. Looks like the green pendant is in Desert Palace. And we find another bottle in the back of Sahasrala's hut. So perhaps we might see a flute to 3 and then a flute to 1.
And now we'll know what Sick Kid is hoarding.
It's the Titan's mitts. We have Dark World access. Forget that flute to 1. We're done. Or maybe we will flute to 1 anyway. Oh, he doesn't have the Moon Pearl. He's about to.
Yeah.
Now, LiteYear has not checked Hyrule Castle, but at this rate, LiteYear may actually be able to check Hyrule Castle after checking the pyramid with the mirror.
Would be
That's
quite
fun.
a good routing in.
All right, so with the Titan's Mitts and Moon Pearl in hand, LiteYear is going straight for the Dark World. And with the way this seed has been screaming Thieves Town at them, I mean, 2 bottles and they just didn't check Sick Kid until now, but I mean, they'd gone through Kakariko. The first bottle was in the dam and the second one was in Sahasrala's hut. This was basically the first time it was convenient.
Yeah, I do believe that before long, Caladryus will also get his mitts, considering the locations open to him.
All right, so a key to Skull Woods. We also note that the Skull Woods is the red pendant, according to that map check. I believe I saw at least 156 crystal on the remaining dungeons, which were Mire, Ice, and Pod that we had the map for.
Yep, Pod was that one.
It was Pod. I'm expecting the Bombos medallion here in Thieves Town. There's a big key of Mire. Well, that's open, by the way. Well, once we get the medallion.
And a proper sword.
Yeah. Caladryus knows where a sword is. And we can get one eventually. I'm also expecting the Hyrule Castle small key in here. Just because. Otherwise, my brain is broken. Alright, shovel. LiteYear? Are you okay?
Looks like he decided not to go forward inside the dungeon.
Strange. Did he not get the small... No, he got all the keys. There's the ice rod.
Maybe he wasn't confident going much forward with the equipment he has.
Yeah, he could be, looking around for some additional help. But I mean, you've got the Cane of Samaria. That's all you need for blind, right?
Yeah. I mean, it is a good weapon for that fight, but still, having a sword on hand is probably a good thing. Caladryus now checking the Lumberjack Cave. 24 minutes in, finds out it's only an armor upgrade, so nothing very useful.
I imagine he checked the Bonk Rocks as well. And he's heading up to Death Mountain, which seems like a fine play. Because you've got, something like 5 different locations you can check up here. Including the Old Man, Spectacle Rock Cave, Spectacle Rock proper, and the first 2 in Tower of Hera. But we know he needs to go to Sick Kid. Yeah, he could want to find that hammer as well. But of course, with the way this seed has been screaming Thieves Town at them, I'm going to say the hammer's next to the maiden.
Yeah. Yeah, I pretty much agree with that statement. It's probably there for all we know.
Alright, that's a big heart in Spectacle Rock Cave. We'll see if he bothers to get it. Nope. We've also got big 20 from the blacksmiths. And now we've got the purple chest that we're going to take on a little tour of the South Dark World.
Now, I'm a firm believer of the power of the purple chest, so let's say lamp is in there.
Alright, so there's an Ice Palace small key, which, you know, once again leads you to think Ice Palace might be a thing. Oh ho! Book time!
That's an interesting find.
Especially considering where you are. You can step right over and check the, what are you doing? Making a liar out of me. There's the hammer. Well, he's going for Desert Palace, so that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess it's a good way to use the book. I mean, we rarely see the main entrance of Desert being that way anymore.
Yeah, especially since if he checks Sick Kid, he could literally do the other entrance.
That's right. It does appear that way that LiteYear, his gamble is to not go forward inside of... Ooh.
Oh, I guess Ice was also I just can't think. Is that a lamp?
That was a lamp on the torch. Or was it a torch on the lamp? I can't.
It depends on if you're British.
Oh, okay. I'm not. I'm Canadian.
Well, there we go. Well, I mean, the Queen's on your money, right? No, I'm just kidding.
Either way, that's a good find for the lamp. Can now go through dark rooms without any trouble, and also can light up a few torches here and there. It looks like LiteYear he's thinking about it, but I don't know where he's going with that. Still have the purple chest around with him, so he'll have to get that over there eventually.
Yeah, he was just floating to 7 to save a little time.
Looks like the lunchbox did not pay off with only 3 bombs in it. Better luck next time, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Caladryus is now farming rupees for Zora. and not going to Sick Kid. He's gonna feel kinda tilted once he gets to Sick Kid, I think.
Yeah, I think he would be. This is turning out to cost him a bit of time here and there. Every time he's trying to go anywhere, he still doesn't have access to Dark World because of that.
Yeah. Now the routing that was done here, LiteYear actually was sort of reminded about Sick Kid by picking up the bottle at Saha's Rala as the last thing he did, whereas Caladryus picked up the bottle and then went to Eastern, so he had time to forget. Zora's Ledge, I believe, was a big key to Thieves Town. And Caladryus finally making the play on the Sick Kid. Getting the Titan's mitts. No frustration slashes yet.
I think it's probably a bit too early on the sea to start slashing. Probably thinking, you know, it's only 30 minutes in, I still have time to recuperate from that small error.
Yeah, and he did pick up the book in the process, which could be important. Oh, we didn't have the map of ice. That's it. We had the map of swamp. Sorry, I've been spreading falsehoods and lies. So when did we get the map of Eastern?
Good question.
But apparently we have all the information there. So Caladryus is doing the play on Skullwoods. There's the Hyrule Castle small key. Everything makes sense again.
Everything returns to order. Now LiteYear is about to pick up his first sword down here, while Caladryus is exploring what Skullwoods has to offer right now. I'm wondering where LiteYear is going to go next, because with that hammer, and I believe he does have a few keys for Palace of Darkness, he might want to go dip in there.
Yeah, the big key and I think 2 small keys. Which, you know, does make it seem a little more appealing.
Yeah, especially if he knows the hammer jump trick. Can probably pick up a lot of chest in there with 2 small keys.
Yeah. Now, sadly, it looks like that unless there was some other location that Caladryus didn't check while he was here, the whole fake powder glitch was never on the table. It's a sad day. Yeah,
Oh.
every single chest in a dungeon can have an item in Keysanity. It's pretty great.
So you really never know what you're gonna get until you open all the chests. Never leave one hanging until you're on go mode.
Yep. With the minor exception of the pinball room in Skullwoods. That will always have a small key to Skullwoods. Oh, there's the map of Easter. It's on Zora. Oh, and I just now noticed that was told to me in the chat because I am paying attention. That's totally what I'm doing.
It happens sometimes. You just, there's so many things to watch. There's 2 screens, 2 trackers, and a whole lot of things happening in chat. It's part of the job to just improvise sometimes and say, hey, I think they got the cape, and you're completely wrong.
Seems good. Alright, so Caladryus is making the dip into Thieves Town. We'll see if he elects to continue to the backside or not. So Caladryus making a dash and grabbing the shovel. Gonna get, I think, just 5 rupees out of this chest, and we'll see what happens next. Yes, so Caladryus will be heading to the back without the hammer, so that's gonna be unfortunate if there's something in the big chest, and perfectly fine if there's nothing in the big chest. Although it once again could lead him later to want to come back.
Going back into dungeons in Keysanity? No way.
Yeah, that's never happened before.
Now we'll see how Caladryus goes through this room. They don't call it the hell room for nothing.
Alright, so carefully making his way down, not even bothering with the boots because you just don't want to get hit too many times there.
Yes, because despite blind being a very easy fight when you try to do it, with the right strategy, once it goes off tracks, it's very easy to take hits. And you see how much these frogs hit for? Yeah.
Yeah, the little grasshopper guys.
Oh, the grasshoppers?
Well, that's what I always called them. I'm not, I'm not the foremost authority on what you call things.
Oh, me neither. I just go with how they look, and now that you say it, might as well be grasshoppers. Either way, they're very in the way.
Indeed. So we do see LiteYear checked the bumper cave ledge. There's a small key there, so we want to keep that in mind. Could be something important, like the Swamp Palace small key. Nah, Caladryus, you just gotta YOLO that room. We did get the bug net, which is very nice.
Yeah, coupled with the bottles, it's gonna give them a few more safeties going through the seed.
I missed the graveyard ledge, but based on the fact that he went in there so fast, I'm guessing there probably wasn't much. So we've got a compass next to the maiden. Oh no, he just didn't go into the graveyard ledge. That makes sense.
Yeah, because I was about to say, I even missed it too. He went very fast. And now we're about to see a great blind fight. Let's go,
Oh,
Caladryus.
we've got a big key of Desert Palace in the graveyard ledge. That could be important. Yeah, and it could be that those Thieves Town big and small keys that we got early were just screaming out, hey, there's a crystal here. Or there's a pod key. Pod keys are important.
Oh, yes. Six small keys in pod. You gotta have at least, the very least, four to go through it. And so,
And
yeah,
that assumes you have the bow, which we do not at the moment.
exactly. So, to be fair, finding all these small keys before you even step into pod is a great thing.
Alright, so we're going to get to find out here in a second whether whether the big chest is hiding something.
You know, I'm almost hoping for a sword in that chest.
Oh, that would be a thing for sure. I still can't believe Caladryus fluted away without checking what was on the ether tablet after getting the book.
Yes, that was quite the routing decision there.
Because my brain is just so curious now as to what that is.
Well, I don't think we've seen the end of Tower of Hera yet, considering it's a crystal, so there's plenty of more chances. That was some nice swag strat, Caladryus, but unfortunately you left your lunchbox alone.
Whoops. Oh, Caladryus is trying to dig up some rupees. Because he's too short. Or... Okay, well this is not going to work out for you. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, you can't even.
Oh, we just got the chest in Thieves Town. What was it? I didn't see it. 10 arrows. All right. If only Caladryus had looked at the crab. Because there's plenty of money from the crabs. There's that hammer. Now he's like, oh, did I leave something in the big chest?
Hey, there's some money.
Yeah, and LiteYear just pulling off a very solid blind fight. And with 3 pod keys and the hammer, at this point, I feel like pod is a thing.
Definitely. There's a very good chance that he can get maybe not something. Oh, Caladryus, you forgot your chest again.
Oh no, he's doing that on purpose.
Oh, okay.
Because he's just going to come back to it and then go turn it in. He's doing Hype Cave first. Alright, so LiteYear is heading to the Misery Mire area. With that big key of desert in hand, there's Bombos. Alright, so Bombos, you know what that means, right?
Ah, yeah. You have everything needed for Ice Palace.
But apparently we also have everything needed for Mire.
Dang. That opens up a lot.
Because we just saw the medallion. Because it's also Bombos. Now, here's the thing. LiteYear doesn't quite have the lamp yet. But if he goes into desert, he will. So do you think he goes to desert first, or do you think he dips Mire?
Oh man, I like the desert dip first before going into Mire, just because exactly that reason.
Oh boy, let's hope he knows his dark rooms.
Oh man,
Or
if he goes,
maybe he'll mirror to desert right now. That would be hilarious. Nope, he's going right in. Bombo's tablet just having piece of heart today. So to make blocks disappear, you need to use the mirror while you're pushing them. It's a Japanese 1.0 exclusive glitch, and you have to also be in a place where the mirror doesn't do anything otherwise.
ah yes, don't do that in a proper dungeon, or you will be sent back to the entrance.
For example, here in Misery Mire, there are some blocks you have to push to get to a switch, and one time I was like, you know, I could just erase these blocks. Nope. Nope.
Ah yes.
Caladryus taking a murder-dactyl to the face.
Yes, Murderdactyl does that to you. It murders you. I mean, they do like 4 hearts of damage, I think, on green mail. So, yeah, you really want to stay clear of them.
So we have no small keys to Misery Mire, which generally does not mean much. But it can actually affect the logic on the left-hand side. Alright, so now Caladryus is going to check the ether tablet. It's the fire rod!
Oh man, that's a nice prize there.
So if Caladryus can get a second sword, he'll be in business.
And was that? Yes, it was. The big key for Ganon's Tower was found in Mire just now.
Interesting. So that's everybody's favorite big key. So now we just need to find the second most important key, which is this small key to Swamp Palace.
Yeah. I mean, now they already found the most two annoying items to found, which is the big key for Ganon's Tower and the ice rod.
Yeah. I believe the big key to Ganon's Tower I've at one point dubbed the second ice rod.
It's pretty close enough. There's only one place you really need it, and it can be pretty much anywhere.
Alright, so Caladryus is going to check the Paradox Cave. Plenty of items in here. I'd just expect one of them to be a sword, to be honest.
Well, there you go.
See? Told you. Now LiteYear's picking up that lamp, so he may head back into Mire right after this. I'm not even surprised anymore when I call things. There's the other male upgrade. It's likely the only one they will get.
Yeah, most likely, considering the other ones on the pedestal. Yeah.
Or Lumberjack.
Oh, Lumberjack. Oh, that was a pretty good mind fart.
It happens.
I think I was still thinking, what could be on the pedestal? That's why.
Right. I mean, sitting here thinking what on the pedestal is a fruitful exercise. We could kind of worry about that, but you know, as far as like items go, I think it's completely shot.
Yeah, other than maybe keys.
And like powder leading to a key. So you certainly can't have bow on pedestal. You could have the silver arrows. I believe that was Quake for Turtle Rock.
It was a bit too fast to see. I did not catch
Ether. I can't see squat, apparently. Looked like Quake to me, but I only saw it for half a second, if that.
You saw a squiggly line, just not the right one.
Correct. Now Caladryus will be making the way over to... Oh, wait. We haven't found the hook shot. Hookshot, I think, might still be live for pedestal.
I think so. Yeah.
And the only thing that requires it is swamp.
Now, in the meantime, Caladryus did pick up his fire rod here on the ether tablet.
Yep. Interestingly enough, he just kind of ran right over there. He's like, hey, you know what? And now, you know, he might just do Turtle Rock. Or at least part of it. He's got some... I think just the one small key, right?
I believe so. That's not enough to go through most of it.
Yeah, but you can check 4 chests here with one small key, so, you know, just think of it as going into Thieves Town.
Yeah, pretty much.
And if you find another small key, you could theoretically get all the way to Laser Bridge. There we go.
You gotta teach me how you do that.
I don't know. Doesn't work when I'm running. Maybe I should talk while I'm running. Or like when I'm racing. Caladryus actually making the heads-up play and remembering he doesn't have the hook shot. Nice use of the cape to get through this room. Unfortunately, not much necessary there. Problem is, when I commentate myself, I do nothing. I say nothing, but this is going to be the worst. Like, there'll be stupid thing on pedestal, and then I curse myself instead.
Like you're finding out what's on the ether tablet, and now seeing that it's the fire rod, we'll be able to explore the rest of Death Mountain here shortly and find himself a Master Sword. I think it's probably a good routing overall, where he's going to go pretty much the exact same place that Caladryus is concerning the items, or not, because he doesn't have ether.
Oh, well, I think Ether was around here, right?
If it was, then yeah, okay, that could work.
Caladryus is going to come steal a key.
Looks like he did not steal a key, decided to go against it.
Oh, and it's a vanilla key!
What is this? Game is like, oh, you know what? Sorry.
No, you're going to Laser Bridge.
You know when the seed wants you to go, like, this is a jet seed. No, really, this is a jet seed. Come on.
Oh my goodness. Well, we're definitely going to get to see Mimic Cave, and we're going to get to see the big chest, and we're going to get to see... We're going to get to see all the way to Laser Bridge. If there's another small key to Turtle Rock around here, I give up.
Like, that was already 2 small keys to Turtle Rock inside Turtle Rock. That's amazing.
I give up!
Somebody want to take over?
Oh, wow. Just what? What?
How? I don't get it either. Like,
All right, so 3 vanilla or 3 small keys inside the structure that is Turtle Rock. One of them was in Mimic Cave, but you have to get into Turtle Rock to get there anyway.
3 small keys. I can't get my head around it. It's like the jackpot, the lottery of non-randomized things.
Yeah. So, I bet somebody feels good that they picked up that fire rod before coming in here. What do you think?
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, when you expect just to check a few chests inside Turtle Rock, you end up completing it.
It's good. It's good times though. Having half magic here feels good too.
Oh yeah, you just get to ride along and just ignore everything.
Alright, so Laser Bridge, not really much of anything. Oh no, LiteYear's not gonna have the fire rod. You should go get your fire rod. So it actually works out either way for both of our runners if you steal the key or not, since the small key is in that chest. Oh, LiteYear finds the small key to Turtle Rock in there and immediately decides, oh, I'm gonna go get that that fire rod.
Yeah, that's a very good reflex he went for there, because he's probably saying to himself, you know what, I could just take another key and go for it even more. Little does he know.
So Caladryus is simply using the Master Sword and not the hammer. This is something fairly easy to do with when you have the half magic. If you don't have half magic, you kind of want to use hammer strats.
Yeah, because Master Sword does not do a lot of damage.
Oh, but we've also got both green and red potions on hand, so I think we're okay.
It's gonna be nice and slow here. Just hitting Trinex here with a few Master Sword hits. Takes a bit more time, but once you get into a nice rhythm, it's pretty easy.
So interestingly enough, LiteYear got that second Turtle Rock key, went to go get the fire rod, and now is going to Ice Palace.
I don't blame him.
There's the big key of Eastern on Trinex. So, Vanilla Bow, anyone?
At this point, why not?
Looks like Caladryus is going for the Spike Cave.
Yeah, he has plenty of magic to use that Capeman there and just go through the end. And meanwhile, LiteYear inside a Ice Palace here. Let's see if he makes the superior play and finds himself something useful.
That would be ideal for him. Spike Cave, just a bomb upgrade. Nothing terribly important. Alright, Caladryus, after finishing off Turtle Rock, where are we headed now? Going to Misery Mire. I think LiteYear didn't actually finish off Mire.
Yeah, that's right. He Was he him or LiteYear who came back outside because no lamp?
No, it's definitely LiteYear because Caladryus hasn't even been here.
Ah, that's right.
So we know that Caladryus will be able to pick up the Gens Tower big key out of Mire. You know, whatever Vitreous has.
LiteYear finds himself a nice tempered sword here in Ice Palace.
Ooh. So vanilla big key chest holding a sword. And what is in this thing? The spike chest. Just a big 20. So now we have the Freezor room, the big chest, and the iced tea chest left.
Yeah, I think he just realized, oh, I don't have a hookshot. I can't do that strat. Well,
Oh! There's the hook shot. It's in Ice Palace.
why? Now I'm doing it too. Like, this is like some kind of curse for commentators.
So, now believe it or not, the hook shot here is in the logic. You can actually get to the iced tea room with no additional access requirements upon reaching Ice Palace. LiteYear, where are you going? LiteYear, where are you going?
Looks like he wanted to pick up another small key.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. I see what he's doing. He's getting the small key, and then he's gonna head down. He's actually probably gonna flip the switch here, and then get some fairies.
Possibly some magic too.
He's really low on health right now.
Yeah, I understand his reasoning. I mean, I wouldn't fight the puffs with only that much health.
Yeah. Though with the tempered sword, it becomes so much easier than with Master Sword. Also, Tempered Sword is going to make that Trinex fight much easier once he finally gets back there.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be definitely faster.
That is just the dumbest amount of small keys, though. I cannot get over the 3 small keys. Yeah, Cold Stare goes down in no time at all.
So
Pick
yeah,
up that crystal.
Ice Palace had a hook shot in it, and that's about it.
Hook shot and Tempered Sword.
Yeah, Tempered Sword, that's right. I always tend to not see it as a progression item, but it does help a lot still.
Yeah, it might as well be a progression item for me because I'm awful at Master Sword Ganon.
I understand that a lot. Master Sword Ganon is not fun. Especially when you're going silverless.
Alright, so Caladryus is heading into the Vitreous fight with very little health. He's going to be using some cape strats here. If you're going to be using cape like that, you may as well just stand in the middle and just slash over and over. That way you don't drain your magic as fast.
Yeah, because I believe you don't drain as much magic when you're slashing your sword for some reason. When using
During the sword animation, the magic does not drain. Whew. That eyeball got awful close to Caladryus there for a second. What was in that first chest and pod?
Nothing of importance, I can
Okay,
assure you. And there we go. Woo!
Well, there's some of that money that Caladryus could have used earlier. LiteYear is going to go ahead and check this basement chest, which you don't want to leave behind. As I can say from personal experience.
Still, there's no bow in sight.
So did Caladryus accidentally leave behind a chest?
He may have miscounted, and now he's checking.
Oh,
just to
I
make
think
sure.
he didn't get the big chest and then the chest right here.
I said nothing about the bow, right?
Yeah. You said nothing.
Let's go with that.
The bow was not in sight. I don't know what you're talking about. Wasn't there.
Well, either way, it's still a nice find. And can we say that it's really, really a good thing he went back inside that dungeon?
So you're telling me it was in the big chest? Is that what you're telling me?
Yep.
And LiteYear could have had that?
Yep.
Like years ago?
A whole LiteYear ago.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of that, speaking of awesome things though, LiteYear did just find the Swamp Palace small key in the Dark Maze.
Yeah, that's another one that's very a good find too. Because that small key blocks the entire dungeon apart from that first chest.
So let me piece this together for a second. We know where the bow is. We know where the hammer is. We know where the hookshot is. We know where the Swamp Palace small key is. The only thing we're missing is the Tower of Hera big key.
You're right. Man, it's I did not see this coming, but yeah, we're already almost in no mode.
The hookshot was in the iced tea room in Ice Palace. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Tower of Hera big key here in Swamp. Then again, I wouldn't be surprised to see it on the pedestal, so... So they need another pod key if they don't find the Tower of Hera big key first. And they use all their pod keys to get the small key to Swamp.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Like, LiteYear is definitely going to need at least one more pod key. Because LiteYear did not do the hammer yump. I give up. There's the Tower of Hera big key in Swamp.
So yeah, I think this seed just wanted us to stop commentating or something. So yeah, the seed is quite a fast one, considering where all the items are. But there's still a couple of tricks up its sleeve for the player's part. Mainly for LiteYear, he really needs to go back inside of Turtle Rock at some point, and he won't find anything else to go back in there.
Yeah, there won't be anything indicating, oh, you should go into Turtle Rock because here's another key. No, because they're all in there. It's dumb.
I agree.
All right, so Caladryus about to get the hook shot here in a minute. Right after it would have been useful in this room. And LiteYear is going to be cleaning out some more stuff here. So Caladryus will definitely be heading into pod looking for keys. Or, no, looking for the Swamp Palace small key. And that might be all that they'd be looking for. Well, and the Tower of Hera big key. So yeah, I can't see any scenario in which they don't try to full clear pod before clearing it. So yeah, they'll probably need a lot more pod keys.
Yeah, the way they routed this, they will need definitely more keys.
Unless, of course, there are 2 pod keys on the right-hand side locked behind the bow.
No. Just no.
You're like, stop talking.
The probability alone of that happening, of everything that just happened already, is all. It's too much.
Maybe he just forgot he had the big key for Meyer. Now, I wouldn't actually be surprised to see some pod keys here in Swamp as well. No,
Yeah,
you can only have one. There can only be one pod key in Swamp. I just realized because of where the Swamp Palace small key was.
Ah, yes. Has to balance itself.
There could have been one in the front chest. I just didn't see it.
I mean, we already got the Tower of Hera big key in here, so we already got trolled from this dungeon. Might as well get trolled from another dungeon next.
Yep. So where is Caladryus going?
By location alone, I would say he's going into Swamp. But
Without the small key?
yeah.
That seems ill-advised.
Doesn't seem to stop him.
Well, he's gonna check one chest, it looks like. I mean, once you're in Swamp and you realize, oh, you look up and you're like, oh, I don't have the small key. Wait, what was that?
Only a small key for Meyer.
Okay. You look up, you realize you don't have a small key, you're like, oh, well, might as well check this first chest. Swamp at the moment's not in logic, because you need more, small keys to pod. But the way I see it, there's probably at least one bow locked in pod, and then there's probably one in like the big chest of Eastern.
Something in Eastern would not surprise me.
And the last one's on the pedestal.
Why not?
For pedestal to be in logic, we actually need one more, what is it? Or we need the small key to desert.
Yep, and nobody found that yet, so it could be a few locations that we haven't seen, such as on Armos inside Eastern.
All right, LiteYear's going back into Mire. This is going to work out well. He's acquired the bow. Caladryus will now be heading over to the bowlock section.
Now, LiteYear is going to go straight for Vitreous here, and it's going to have a far easier fight than Caladryus had for having the bow and also Tempered Sword.
Yeah. Some Tempered Sword shots, or spins to kill off the eyeballs, and then 8 shots to Vitreous' face seems good. We've got a compass to this place. That's not a vanilla small key. I was like, don't. Okay.
I was sweating there.
It's Skullwood, so that actually puts Mothula in the logic.
Yeah, improbable as it may seem, there is still a lot of small keys you can get inside of Skull Woods. And you can't get key locked if you spend all the small keys that you find inside. So you need keys from the outside. But I've yet to see a runner in this tournament do that.
Yeah, the only way you would do that to yourself is if you entered the trap room.
Yeah.
Alright, so Caladryus is going to go ahead and probably clear out, I would say, every chest but Helmasaur. Assuming he knows how to do the hammer jump. If he doesn't, he'll have to leave one of the other 2 chests behind.
It's interesting now. LiteYear is inside of Desert Palace. Still doesn't have the small key, but that won't stop him from doing the boss fight.
Yep, you can absolutely go to Landmolus, or he could, if he's feeling saucy, grab the small key from here and go check the right-hand side.
That would be something else.
Yep. So there are items that there is an additional item that LiteYear will be picking up from this, and that is from the green pendant. Caladryus is pulling off the hammer jump no problem, so this will allow him to clear out basically every chest in the place if he wants to. Or, having picked up that swamp small key, what he might do is elect to go back to swamp and save himself a key. He is not doing that. He's gonna go pick up the vanilla big key chest, I guess. If he goes directly to Helmasaur, that is theoretical soft lock potential. But we know it's not.
Yeah, only that word you said, because you're usually stopped by logic to not go to Helmasaur without having all the keys.
Caladryus is doing it. Oh, also, if you do the hammer yump, then there's no chance of soft locking.
That's right.
So LiteYear is going to Tower of Hera now. At some point along the way, we picked up the small key, and I don't even remember that happening. Oh, swamp left side. Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, there are plenty of potential locations for pod keys left, and LiteYear is definitely going to need one before he can finish. Hey! Now we're in business. We got a powder.
There we go. 17 hammer hits to the face and then 4 more hits to the jewel.
The ever so useful Compass of Misery Mire and yet another crystal. So once Caladryus makes the dip into swamp, we will have our first go mode.
Now, with that small key in hand, he'll be able to go a bit further than last time. Looks like Moldorm isn't having any of this today. Bopping off LiteYear as soon as he lands in the arena.
Moldorm will have none of your sass right now. It's the big key of Skull Woods. I'm a little surprised that Caladryus didn't try to do the pyramid ferry before he came in here.
Maybe we'll see it right after.
No, no, we won't. Because we're about to get go mode.
Alright.
Right there. Tower of Hera Big Key. And if he's aware of that go mode, we will see him head directly for Argus from this point on. He may check a few chests along the way in hopes of getting silver arrows.
LiteYear finds himself a golden sword inside the hookshot cave.
Ooh. Shiny.
Not a very big advantage, but anything to try and keep up. Because right now, you can definitely tell that Caladryus does have a clear advantage at this point.
Yeah, definitely. And yes, Caladryus heading directly for the back of Swamp. We're gonna have to ask these guys about Turtle Rock.
Definitely. You know what? I want to ask Vitor about this Turtle Rock.
Caladryus did check the one chest in the waterfall room, which makes sense. If it's silver arrows, you're going to feel good. And the puffballs for Argus going down pretty quick. One single sword slash will do that. A couple of spins will take down Argus proper. And there you go. And LiteYear will be stealing the key. That's not going to hurt him. Now, if LiteYear decides not to go to the big key chest, then it will kind of, weigh on him, but he'll never find another Turtle Rock key, so he'll definitely never go back to it. Now, Caladryus is in the very fortunate position of having the final dungeon you clear be Tower of Hera. That feels real good.
Because now he's going to go to the Dark World just in face of the big Ganon's Tower. Mirror, go inside Tower of Hera, get out, do the Tower of Hera, and then when he gets out, he'll enter his mirror, and voila! Already just outside Ganon's Tower, ready to be opened.
Feels good. Caladryus grabbing a fairy from the rock on the way. That is a excellent piece of foresight there.
Caladryus deciding to check what's in the rest of Hookshot Cave here.
Yeah. Still wanting to find those silver arrows seems like a reasonable check. He may actually, with the rate he's checking items, I may expect him to actually check the 2 items on the right and the torch in Ganon's tower once it gets inside, looking for silvers.
Yeah, it's a pretty minor time loss to do so for the bigger time loss that doing Silverless Ganon is.
Yeah, it really all depends on how comfortable you are with Silverless Ganon, and by the amount of checks he's doing, I'm guessing he's not particularly comfortable. Alright, so LiteYear is now officially never going to find that 4th pod key. I mean, not pod key, Turtle Rock key.
It is in a permanent stuck state of not being able to get.
Yeah, and the possibility of that happening was just recently added in version 28.
Yeah, that's right. It's a new feature.
LiteYear with the butter sword will make the quickest work of Trinex here.
While Caladryus makes the quickest work of Moldorm.
I think LiteYear got the double spin there, which was pretty good. Magic Bat. Does Magic Bat have silvers? That'd be interesting. Could have silvers in the big chest of Eastern. That'd be fun. But no, Caladryus will be heading directly up Ganon's tower. I may expect him to check the 4 chests on the way up, but that's about it.
Yeah, there's always a possibility of silvers being in Ganon's tower, basement or upstairs.
And at this point, it does seem like that's the most likely outcome.
That's not a big gamble to say that. I mean, 27 chests inside this dungeon.
Yeah, nobody gets to accuse you of witchcraft for guessing that. Three T-Rock keys inside Turtle Rock, on the other hand.
Yeah, that's unprecedented, I would say.
LiteYear's checking Eastern now. Yeah, he's got to get another key to pod, so that you can finish it off. Hopefully there'll be one here in the big chest to sort of put an end to this, you know, this massive problem.
There could still be one of those keys inside the pyramid fairy.
No. The pod key, the pod crystal is one of the crystals for that.
Oh, right. I misread that.
And so you would need all 6 by the logic to reach that. That is something that I thought about saying earlier, and then I was like, no, that won't work. At this point, I would actually bet significant money that one of the pod keys is on the pedestal. Oh, you know where else one might be?
On Mothula?
On Mothula, that's a place. How about Aga Tower?
Oh, that's right.
Or how about Armos?
There we go. I mean, as far as all places to find one, this is not bad at all.
Alright, so LiteYear will be heading through. He's going to check the Bolock section. That's not going to do him much good. But like Caladryus, he's looking for those silvers. There's the Castle Tower small key. And now silvers in second chest in Aga Tower.
I was thinking exactly the same thing.
So with that, LiteYear will be heading toward Helmasaur to finish that off. Caladryus finishing off Trolldorm 2. Getting a little bounced around, but there's no problem there. And in the final chest, we have the other Castle Tower small key.
Look there, Bob. It looks like the seed is trying to tell them, go to Castle Tower.
I think not, actually. Though if he says, "Did you find the arrows in Castle Tower?" I'm gonna laugh. And though, to be honest, if I saw that message and then I died, I'd be like, hang on just a second.
Yeah, totally.
Because you could just, you know, mirror there. Though, to be honest, with Butter Sword, and how fast it is to get to phase 4 on Butter Sword, I might just do it anyway. Just be like, you know what? Hang on a second, I'll fall down, go grab the silvers, because I hate silverless. But that's just because I'm bad.
There's all one trick we're not very fond of. It's like deja vu all over again.
Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not quite. Gonna need one more slasher. He's not gonna be in phase 3. Or maybe I miscounted. Nope. You're right, Scooby-Doo. That did happen to me in a race. And I didn't. But now I say that because that's happened to me and I realized what happened. Alright, here's the moment of truth. Where were they? Up, they were in GT.
They were in a tower. Now, Caladryus here did get the torch glitch, making this a lot easier.
Alright, just a few more hits. Still does take 12 with the Butter Sword because the spins with the Butter Sword deal the same damage as the slash, which is the same as the Tempered Sword spin, so yeah.
I believe there's one more hit. 2 more hits.
There we go. And there it is, Caladryus finishing in first place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 52 minutes, and 59 seconds. Congratulations.
Got him indeed. You got us, Seed.
And hello? Never mind. Caladryus will be joining us in a few minutes.
LiteYear is doing pretty well so far. He's already up inside the gauntlet part of the Ganon's Tower. So only minutes away, really.
All right, so LiteYear heading over to Landmo 2. While Caladryus is still getting set up, LiteYear finishing off the wonderful Cane of Samaria Wizrobe room. And we are joined now by our winner, Caladryus. Hello!
Hello, hello. Oh, that felt like a pretty good run.
Yeah, I gotta ask you, how'd you feel about that Turtle Rock?
Oh, I thought I could just do the first 4 chests, and then it was like, here, have all my keys.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
I did not expect to be able to finish it right there, so that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, we could tell because, you know, you went for that vanilla big key chest. We were like, oh, he maybe he just doesn't want to finish this right now. And then Turtle Rock was like, no, you are finishing this.
Yeah, that was actually a mistake that I went in there. But it worked out pretty well with getting the backup key in there.
Yep, it did work pretty well.
And then Meyer worked out perfectly as well with the Bombos being in Meyer shed.
Mm-hmm. And I think Ether for Turtle Rock was in Paradox Cave, so that's pretty close too.
Yeah. So I saw that it was Ether, and I was like, I'm dipping. So I knew I had already the hammer, the Somaria, etc.
We were still missing an awful lot of pod keys, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I had only 3, I believe.
Yeah. One of them was on Armos Nights, apparently. That's where LiteYear got the 4th one.
Ah, okay.
Because they actually used all 3 of their keys. And left pod without finishing it.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, because they didn't do the hammer yump trick, and that's something that not everybody knows how to do.
I was pretty happy it worked out the first time, because I'm not consistent yet with that.
Yeah, we were all very impressed with the, lack of pause buffering. We were like, what?
With pause buffering, I actually do worse on the hammer jump, so I just use the movement.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, then I just made the mistake of going into swamp without a small key.
Yeah, LiteYear actually went into Mire while you were going into Turtle Rock, and actually just left the big chest.
Oh no, that was the bow, right?
Yeah.
Oh no. Probably cost him some time, didn't it?
Yeah, because then he went into pod without the bow, and,
That's an additional key gone.
Yeah.
It was definitely a small setback for him, as we can see.
I can imagine.
Right now he's on Ganon, though, so he's not very far behind you.
It's still very nice. Still looking at around a 2-hour time, which is very nice.
Yeah, for a Keysanity seed, yeah, definitely. You guys did very good.
This is actually the first time I went sub 2 on one of these.
Oh, well,
Very
congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, we've got the whole Silverless Ganon fight here. Neither player bothered to check any of Ganon's tower, and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I was like, I'm in go mode, let's go. If I find silvers, it's fine, otherwise I can do it silverless.
Yep, seems good. Alright, so LiteYear finishing off, or onto the silverless section. So anything else you wanted to mention about this seed?
Yeah. No, it was pretty decent. A lot of keys at the start, a bit starved for items. But I was pretty happy with the Sumaria and the sword in Zelda's chest.
Yeah, and with those technically being locked behind this Hyrule small key, I was like, where is that thing? Because I'm real confused right now.
I don't actually remember where it was.
It was in Skullwoods.
Oh, right.
But yeah, the one thing that trolled you early on was that Titan's Mitt and the Moon Pearl. No,
yeah.
you got the Moon Pearl. Titan's Mitt trolled
you. The Sickit. Yeah, I was like, it's either on Zora or on Sickit eventually, so I just gabbled Zora and it was wrong.
Yeah.
But, oh, worked out pretty well getting the mids there, since I was right at the village of outcasts. Well, at Kakariko, near the village of outcasts.
Yep. Alright, so LiteYear finishing off once again with a nice time, second place time of 2 hours, 1 minute, and 17 seconds.
Very nice.
We'll see about getting LiteYear in here to talk about it as well. So I want to go ahead and give a shout out to our tracker Kippy 00 or 00 and our restreamer Who42 Baker for putting this together today. Thank you very much for running this show. And of course to our runners Caladryus and LiteYear. Speaking of which, I believe that's the sound of us being joined by LiteYear. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, Dr. Bobtastic. How are you doing?
It's pretty good. That was a seed.
Yeah, it was. First, congratulations, Caladryus.
Thank you, and GG.
Thank
Very
you.
nice time as well.
Yeah, I still don't know where those pod keys were. I mean, I'm assuming one was probably on Bumper Cave.
Oh yeah, that one was probably was probably one of them.
I don't know where the last one would be.
Maybe. I don't know either.
I didn't see what it said the pedestal had. I wanted to think it was on the pedestal, which would have been hilarious. Anyway, but what was I saying? So would you like to know where the fourth Turtle Rock key was?
Sure.
It was in the vanilla big key chest.
Oh my. I thought I got bailed out when it was in Mimic Cave. So that was 3 Turtle Rock keys in Turtle Rock.
Yes.
Speaking of trolley.
So you got the first one, and then in the first chest, and then I thought, yeah, I'll just come back later when I find another key. Well, I did, but then...
Oh boy.
I was thinking the same thing when I dipped. I'll come back later. Oh wait, I can finish.
Well, at that time I didn't have the fire rod for Turtle Rock.
I checked the ether tablet before, so I just went there and straight back to TR.
Yeah, we were wondering if you were going to the ether tablet after going inside of TR and finding that key. Maybe that would push you to go, oh, you know, where if I have a key now, maybe I can explore more. So that fire rod seems a bit more interesting. But there was a few places here and there where we were wondering where you guys were going on your routing, and you surprised us.
Sometimes I was wondering the same thing.
Just a piece of heart on the pedestal.
Uh,
So we still don't know where the 6th pod key was.
I'm thinking skull then, because you got the second and final skull key in pod.
Could have been on Mothula then, yeah. Or in the back chest there.
Somewhere in Castle Tower. Oh no, that's right. They
Oh,
were
yeah.
both inside of Ganon's tower.
Could have been the
At the
first
top.
chest in Castle Tower. First chest not locked behind any of the keys.
Yeah, both the castle tower keys were at the top. One in the Helmasaur room and one in the validation chest, right?
Yep. We were like, if it says, "Did you find the silver arrows in Castle Tower?" This is gonna be dumb.
Well, that would be easy to get there from top of the pyramid.
Yep.
If you took a fall or death.
Yep.
Also, Kakariko Well, was that that was at least 4. Was that all heart pieces or?
Pretty
Yes.
much, yeah. Was a lovely start.
Yeah.
This seed in general gave us very interesting locations for items and keys.
Oh yeah. So I did have one thing I wanted to ask Caladryus about. The so you picked up the book in Tower of Hera, right?
Yeah.
And then you walked outside, and then you flew it away.
Yeah, I forgot to check ether there. That was pretty silly indeed.
I was wondering if there was a calculated thing there, or if it was just a brain thing.
I was like, book, I need to go to desert. Luckily, I could route it in later.
Yeah, it turned out Desert was, pretty kind to you. Got you that lamp.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That was the fire source.
Oh yeah, that's another reason that LiteYear had to leave Meyer.
Oh, no lamp yet?
Well, no, the biggest mistake I made is I forgot to check the big chest in Meyer.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, because it went to Meyer pretty early, and then did Desert, and then still forgot. So I double dipped Meyer and forgot the big chest both times.
Oh,
Ah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it cost too much. At least nothing was really blocked by the bow, but still.
Yeah, except for pod, I believe. That was all.
Yeah. Well, for considering how early you had access to the Meyer chest, the only thing that bow blocked off was at least one of the pod keys.
mm.
With that said, I think we have a pretty interesting match here tonight. They're very close by all means, guys. So congratulations again, Caladryus, on your win.
Thank you.
And any last words?
Well, thank you for commentary, restreaming, and tracking. And thanks to chat for watching.
Yeah, thank
And
you,
of-
everyone. Once again, congrats, Caladryus, and good luck on your next race.
Thanks. You too.
Thank you.
Yeah, and of course, good luck, Caladryus, and good luck trying to get to that 4-1 mark, which would qualify you for the race off to get into the bracket stage.
Oh man, I'm still in the running. I expected to be 0-4 around this time, so I'm pretty amazed at myself right now.
Well, I mean, you did play me, so I mean, come on, what did you expect? But yeah. All right, thank you both once again so much for showing this off. Thank you for that. And if you enjoyed what you saw here, give these runners a follow because they're cool. And also our tracker, Kippy00, and Who42 Baker, the restreamer, and of course my co-commentator Dynasty Zero. Thank you very much for all you've done today.
It's always a pleasure to do commentary with you, Dr. Bobtastic.
Thank you. And so I think with that, it's about time to wrap things up here. So once again, thank you to everybody involved. And with that, I have been Dr. Bobtastic.
And I'm Dynasty Zero.
And I'll see you later.